Now at 6, cleanup efforts underway. We're going to look at how an event center in Carthage is dealing with storm damage. Plus, local police officers visit an area school to raise fentanyl awareness. And Missouri lawmakers passed 2 bills concerning transgender minors.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Some home and business owners today are cleaning up from last night's storm damage. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Some of the damage was to roofs and trees in Jasper County. KOAM's Amber Jenkins visited one ranch dealing with the aftermath.
The Civil War Ranch in Carthage was damaged by severe weather. Their roof was one of many that was damaged in Jasper County.
North side of the arena, so it's just the arena part where we have concessions and all that. It didn't do anything.
No, but the debris, it just took the whole roof off and it threw it on behind the arena.
Dealing with severe weather and strong winds isn't new to the ranch. They replaced the roof after a bad hailstorm a couple years ago. Now they're looking at replacing it again.
I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do.
Well, I didn't know that there was tornado watch. My grandson and I were out running in the sprinklers when the winds started to come up, and then it started the thundering, and I told Isaac, hey, we better go in.
The owners believe that it was a microburst because the damage was isolated to the north side.
And threw it off, and the rest of the whole arena is fine. So it wasn't maybe a tornado, maybe a
Microburst or something.
Microburst that just...
Owners of the Civil War Ranch are grateful that the damage didn't affect the stables or the horses, or even the worker that was inside the arena when they felt the ground shake.
And we have a guy that works for us, and he was inside the arena. He was in the concession area, and that's what he said, that the ground just shook and it just boom.
Due to the damage from the storm, competition events that take place in the arena usually might have to be postponed or canceled. But events like weddings that take place on the ranch but not in the arena aren't affected.
And that next week we have 3 weddings. So I've already talked to those people there. Are we still on? Yes, we're still on. We're still open. There's nothing wrong with the barns. We're just going to get up and going as soon as we can.
Reporting in Carthage, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
The Civil War Ranch is waiting on the insurance audit for a quote on the cost of the repairs. Storm damage affected other parts of southwest Missouri as well. A tree on North Pearl in Joplin fell and blocked a road. Part of that tree landed on that car, as you see, smashed it. Officials say it's going to be a couple of days until that tree is cleared. And repairs are underway for Peggy's Restaurant in Jasper, Missouri. The restaurant had extensive roof damage last night. Today is the 15th anniversary of one of the deadliest tornadoes in the history of the 4 states. On May 10th of 2008, a twister struck first in Pitcher, Oklahoma, killing 6 people and destroying more than 160 homes. As it moved into Missouri, it merged with another tornado at Highway 43 into Iris Road, south of Joplin. It killed 16 more people there, including multiple members of 2 families. And a volunteer from the Seneca Area Fire Protection District who was trying to warn people. Some of the victims were in their homes, others were killed in their vehicles on the highway. You can see a bit of our coverage from that weekend on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Anything like that in our immediate forecast. Fortunately, let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane.
Thank you very much, Dale. Yeah, no tornado activity tonight, thank goodness, but the situation might be a little bit different tomorrow, and I'll talk more about that in Maine weather. But right now we do have a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in our area, mainly down to the south in northwestern Arkansas. You can see those stretching from near Seligman down towards Lowell and Springdale, moving from east to west. So these showers are going to continue to develop and grow and move across Benton County over the next few hours. And also we see a storm there north of Concord in Oklahoma. So if you're planning this evening, we're going to be seeing those scattered showers mainly down to the south, with temperatures dropping through the 80s down into the 70s. By tomorrow morning, we should be around 64 degrees. Then we are talking about the threat of severe weather in our western viewing area tomorrow, and we'll talk more about that. And also some weekend scattered storm chances and a slight cool down in the forecast. So we'll have all that coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. A motorcyclist is in the hospital tonight following a crash with an ice cream van. That crash happened at 4th and Schifferdecker in Joplin just before 1 this afternoon. Authorities say the motorcycle driver was driving north on Schifferdecker when it hit the side of the van. The intersection was closed for a few hours. The van driver was not injured. No word on the condition of the motorcycle rider. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt has signed a bill that could help prevent fentanyl overdoses. The new law will allow Oklahomans to carry fentanyl test strips without them being considered drug paraphernalia. According to the Oklahoma Department of Health, from 2019 to 2020, the number of fentanyl overdoses increased by 170% in Oklahoma. That bill is going to go into effect in November. Some Frontenac, Kansas police officers visited Frontenac High School to raise awareness of fentanyl danger. Fentanyl is a highly addictive synthetic opioid that continues to drive the overdose epidemic.
Bringing awareness of the fentanyl epidemic that our country is going through right now, trying to get these kids to understand just how dangerous it is. Usually in small communities we don't have these types of problems, but unfortunately it's here and it's going to be here, so the best thing we can do is team up with our young people in schools.
National Fentanyl Awareness Day was actually yesterday, but police officers visited schools yesterday and today. Freeman Health System is taking this week to celebrate its nurses. Several events are planned throughout the week, many involving food. Now, it started yesterday with a pancake feed, and today's events kicked off with this barbecue. Officials say this week is a great chance to show appreciation for all the hard work nurses perform.
We felt like coming off of the pandemic, we had an opportunity to really start new, to start refocusing ourselves on some of the things that we lost during the pandemic and the difficult times. So
on Friday, they're going to host a birthday bash celebrating Florence Nightingale, who's considered the founder of modern nursing. Some local women leaders today shared their stories of success in Carthage, Missouri. It included information on marketing and networking. Our very own Vice President and General Manager of KOAM, Brooke Arnold, there gave the keynote address. The event is a collaborative effort for women in power to enhance businesses from startups to existing businesses.
To be able to sit around and have a discussion with a round table to learn from each other, that's how we do better in our business, do better in our work environment, when we network together, when we work together.
That event was held in Memorial Hall Auditorium. Still ahead, we're going to break down a Missouri bill enforcing restrictions on transgender people. Plus, a popular Oklahoma animal attraction faces potential closure following an incident with a child and a lemur. Missouri lawmakers today approved significant restrictions on transgender people. Lawmakers approved bills to ban gender-affirming health care for minors and prevent transgender girls and women from playing on female sports teams. Both measures would expire in 2027. They now head to Governor Mike Parsons' desk, and he is expected to sign both bills. A Stillwater, Oklahoma animal park is now under federal inspection after a child was injured by a lemur over the weekend. Reporter Kylie Thomas was at Lost Creek Safari, and she shares what the park says happened and also what happens next.
A weekend trip to Lost Creek Safari in Stillwater has sparked a federal inspection after a child got too close to one of the animals. Feeding lemurs at the park is a fan favorite, but the animal park says one child took things too far with one of their one-year-old lemurs Sunday.
As we were walking over to the rams, the kid ran back and, grabbed the lemur behind the back. And the lemur just said, "Hey, get off me," like anyone else would.
The park said it was just a superficial scratch, but according to a report by the Payne County Sheriff's Office, the mother reported the lemur bit her child's arm after he grabbed the monkey, wanting to take a picture.
I'd say Sunday has been, up around, it could be upwards of 20,000 people he's been in front of. And we have one incident, and that could ruin it for everybody, which is a shame.
Lost Creek Safari says their lemur exhibit is by far the most popular, but after this week's incident, the USDA could now permanently close the attraction. The sheriff's office said at this time they have, quote, no reason to believe there was wrongdoing on the part of the safari staff. Their findings have been forwarded on to the State Department of Health. As the park waits for the USDA to inspect the exhibit, The lemur will be kept in a separate cage moving forward.
Any false or true claim, by law, everyone has to respond, and that's a good thing. Kid got out of control, and unfortunately an incident happened, which led to where we are now.
Lost Creek said in a statement that Sunday was removed from the facility and taken to a local veterinarian. They hope Sunday is back with his family soon. A little bit later, a Girard track and field standout signs today to join Pitt State's team. We're going to hear from her.
And we have some thunderstorms on radar and also a severe weather risk for tomorrow. We'll have all the details when we come back. Well, friends, we had quite a bit of storminess yesterday, but things have calmed down pretty nicely for today. We do have some scattered storms still out there. Let's first look at Seneca, Missouri this morning at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Mostly cloudy skies, and then the sun broke out a little bit this afternoon, just in time for more showers and thunderstorms to start moving into the area. You can see those puffy cumulus clouds passing by. The allergies were a little bit on the bad side today, 8.6. Tomorrow a little bit better, 6.4, and that's good news. So if you're allergy sufferers, that's all welcome news. This afternoon we made it up to 83 after starting out at 60, which was above the normals of 75 and 54. Of course, not anywhere near the records of 91 or 38. We're still about 4.5 inches behind on rainfall. Hopefully we're going to catch up over the next few weeks, but right now we just have some rain down to the south in extreme southern Missouri and northwest Arkansas, also in eastern Oklahoma. Zooming into the heaviest activity in and around the Bentonville area, a few lightning strikes there, extending on over to just south of Jay, and a little bit of a shower there in southern Ottawa County, and that is about it. But we're going to see those showers increase as we go through the overnight hours, as we're having an upper level low that's kind of spinning over southeastern Oklahoma. That's lifting towards the north, and so we're going to see the rain chances increase overnight. But our big attention is going to be turned towards this system that's moving through the Four Corners area right now. And folks, when that ejects out into the plains tomorrow, we're expecting severe weather, tornadoes along the dry line in western Oklahoma, moving towards the Oklahoma City metro area. And some of those storms could fire up closer to Kansas as we go through the afternoon and evening hours. So we're concerned about our western counties with the threat of severe weather for tomorrow. But tonight we're going to see temperatures in the 80s right now, even some 60s with some rain-cooled air there in Cassville at 69, 79 in Bella Vista. And here's the risk of severe weather tomorrow, stretching all the way from northwest Kansas, right down through Wichita, down to Oklahoma City, and that does include the western portion of our viewing area with all threats possible. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that very closely. So if you live in Chautauqua, Elk, and Greenwood counties tomorrow, just be aware of the weather situation as we go through the evening. And then by Friday, all of that severe weather will move up towards the north, up into Iowa, leaving us with just a few scattered storms. Now tonight, rain chances are going to increase in the overnight hours, then drop through the afternoon, and then pick up again as we go into the evening, tomorrow evening, as those storms roll in from the west. And we're expecting around 1/3 to maybe 1/2 inch of rain. Some localized areas could get close to 1 inch in some isolated storms, especially down to the south in Oklahoma. So here's the forecast for tonight. Those showers will start to develop to the south and rotate across our area with lows in the 60s. And then as we go through the overnight and morning hours, showers start to move away with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Again, storms expected to fire along I-35 tomorrow evening, and then those will roll across our area as we go into the overnight hours with lows in the 60s and 70s by Friday morning. Then Friday afternoon, a trough will move in from the west, but we should still make it into the low to mid 80s across the area. Then it backs up and then finally comes all the way through on Saturday with temperatures in the 60s. How about the next 7 days? Well, severe weather risk possible tomorrow. Again, mainly western counties with highs in the upper 70s. And then Friday a little bit drier, but then more storms on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, and then drier after that until next weekend. So pretty interesting forecast.
And I know although the rain was widespread last night, some areas didn't get nearly enough.
Not nearly enough. We've got a long way to go.
Thanks, Sam. Jake here now with sports. Big weekend coming up for Missouri Southern baseball.
The Lions are in the semifinals of the MIAA Conference Tournament. We'll hear from the team on their next matchup with Northeastern State. And a Girard High School track and field standout signs to continue her career at Pittsburgh State. We'll have that and more after this. The Missouri Southern Lions are still alive in the MIAA Conference Tournament. The Lions won their opening series over Newman last weekend to move on to the Final Four in the tournament bracket. And next up for Southern, they face Northeastern State in the semifinals tomorrow afternoon in Warrensburg. And these two teams played just a few weeks ago with the Lions taking 2 out of 3 from the Riverhawks in Joplin. Now here's the team on their playoff run and meeting up once again with Northeastern State.
They got some guys that can really hit some home runs and slug the ball. So Cole's going to need to be really good like he was the first time against them. And, you know, they're definitely playing well right now. And they're a hard team to deal with.
It's what you look forward to. You know, the hot days in August are paying off now because just the atmosphere is different. You know, everybody's got a different mindset. We're kind of kicking into another gear. And it's what you play for these times right now, or what you play for and what you look forward to. It's special.
We're kind of playing all as one now, and I think this team is like glue at this point. I think that's the biggest thing, is that we're all really playing for each other and playing for the guy beside you.
The Crowder College Rough Riders are back in the Region 16 baseball tournament. The Rough Riders are the #1 seed in the 4-team tournament being played this weekend at Joe Becker Stadium. The Crowder aiming for their 4th consecutive Region 16 championship. The Rough Riders went 45-11 in the regular season. They entered the Region 16 tournament ranked 5th in the nation. They've really gotten better as the season has gone along. Crowder is 31-2 in their last 33 games.
You know, the leadership of our returners really stepped up, and some of our newer guys, you know, it was a young team. We went into the year with 500 at-bats. Coming back and under 100 innings. So, you know, there was a lot of work to be done with this group, and the sophomores really guided the ship, you know, got the freshmen going in the right direction. And you never make it about the classes, you know, freshman and sophomore come springtime, but this year it was just because of the inexperience.
I think it's just the fact that we do the little things right. We're fundamentally proper. You know, we just try to keep things simple. We show up every day and we just go be who we are, and I think that's what separates us.
Girard High School senior Gracie Peterson signs today to continue her track and field career in college. Peterson is headed down the road to Pittsburg State to compete for the Gorillas next year. And Peterson is a multiple-time league and regional champion. She's a state medalist in the long jump, holds school records in the 100-meter dash and the 4x100 relay. But heading to PSU, Peterson's main focus, at least early, will be competing in long jump.
Pitt State would have been the first choice. Even if I had D1 chances and opportunities, I would have went to Pitt State. It's just a great place to be. The atmosphere is great. I've had coaches from Pitt State. That's where I want to be. I did talk to a couple other colleges, and I just kind of realized I wasn't going to be able to go anywhere but close to home. So I'm glad I get to stay close.
So Pittsburg State gets another great local talented kid from Girard, and they're already rolling as a track and field program.
And they have been in a lot of sports programs due to a lot of local kids.
For sure.
Be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Why the mayor of Sarcoxie, Missouri is suspending the town's police chief for 2 weeks. Plus, Joplin High School hands out hundreds of scholarships to graduates at its senior honors tonight. And why experts say artificial intelligence is changing the way we speak. Intriguing, maybe scary, those stories, a lot more. It's coming up tonight, KOAM News at 9. Fox 14. We could use some more rain, Sam.
Yes, hopefully we're going to get some. Tomorrow there's a threat of severe weather, especially in our western counties, so you definitely need to be paying attention to that. And then more storms on the weekend, and then drier next week.
Final sports note.
3 Missouri Southern softball players earn all-region honors today, including Yasmin Vargas, who is a first-team all-region selection.
Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10. Let's make it a great evening.